sixth race of the Target Series season heads to the Vermont International Speedway for the running of the Bass Pro Shops 300. On the pole for today's race, the 16 of Mathis Wells, beside him in second, the 19 of Mason Baskers. Then in third place, Anthony Hernandez, fourth place, Justin Zidell, and rounding out the top five, Code Red in the 29 car. Starting in sixth, it is Alex Turner, seventh place, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Sebastian Dupain in eighth, ninth, DJ Reed, and Riley Sprue to the 9 rounds out the top 10. Bronze Meg 42 starts 11th, and our in-race reporter Jake Galloway starting the 12th position. We'll talk with him in just a few moments. Then we have Landon Lyons 92 and Colton Yell the 55, with Luke Rainey and Brett Sear the 48. Then there's Michael Gregory and Adam McDowell, and rounding out the top 20, Jeff Bright and Madison Tall. As we'll scroll through the rest of the starting lineup, Trey Bartle, let's go catch up with Jake Galloway.
All right, Jake Galloway, you got a hold of us up here in the booth?
Private 4, got a coffee.
All right, man. You're starting 12th here today. How do you expect to make your way up there to the front of the pack today?
It's going to be interesting, this track. We know that the two grooves that you can really use here, the outside definitely can come into play. Maybe later on in the race, so we'll see. But yeah, just got to, again, mainly time it right. That seems to be the way it gets towards the front here, and just thankful for Call of Duty and Joe Gibbs giving us a wonderful Toyota Camry. It's hopefully go and win another Target Series race.
I like the sounds of that. So as you said, you know, here in 3 and 4, the high side tends to get you that very big run onto the front stretch. You think you're going to be utilizing that today?
We'll see later on in the race. See if we can find someone up there. I think we'll mainly try and stay towards the inside, but yeah, it's all about finding out whether this how good this outside is. But yeah, the inside I think will be the place where we're going to stay, but we'll see.
All right, sounds good. Hey, well, good luck today, and we'll be looking out for you there on the track.
Thanks, guys. Have a good time up in the booth there.
That was Jake Galloway, driver number 20, starting in the 12th position here today. We'll catch up with him a little bit later on if we get a yellow flag during this race. So let's go on trackside, fire these engines up for 32 laps of action at Vermont.
Drivers, start your engines.
Car, you got me. Fired up, everybody.
42 cars are rolling off the starting grid here at Vermont to go racing in the 6th Target Series race of the season, the Bass Pro Shops 300. This is an interesting racetrack. The front straightaway is actually straight. The backstretch is the one that has a curve in it. It is basically like a trial. If we go down to the apron there, make some passes, and as we mentioned, the outside 3 and 4 can sometimes work better than the inside. Just depends on where the runs form and if you maybe get some drafting help. As we mentioned, 32 laps here at Vermont. Wells, Baskers, the front row for the Bass Pro Shops 300 down this front straightaway to the green flag. And we are racing at Vermont.
Mathis Wells got a very nice jump there at the beginning of that. Already cleared himself, as well as the 21 as Hernandez. He's going to follow him too there. As you can see them duck down on the apron there on the backstretch. It's going to see if Hernandez is going to try to peek below him, but he's not going to get there as Mathis Wells blocks him off.
And 3 wide behind them up towards the wall. Outside post here, Mason Baskers and others get up wide. They're already 4 wide as they come down the front stretch. They're banging together. They somehow are trying to sort it out. Riley Sprue and Landon Lyons did a great job right there. There's still 4. We'll see Zidell's going to try and back out of it to get out of there. Jake Galloway right behind that as well. They did a great job keeping that straight, keeping it going. That could have been a big crash on lap number 1.
Yeah, that was a very nice job by those drivers. Good thing for Justin Zidell there to back out a little bit. Way too early to here to be tearing your car up, as we're not even 3 laps into this race. So hopefully these guys will see that, maybe calm down a little bit, get a little bit more green flag racing, and pick it up here near the end of the race.
In the first battle for position, 3rd place, Fitzwater going on Code Red, getting by that number 29 car. Now it's going to bring DJ Reed, our Michigan winner, up into the battle. Bronze Meg 42, 92 Landon Lyons also coming into the picture. Riley Sprue and Brett Sierra on the inside moving forward. Further back behind them, Jeff Brett, the 5 as winner before, but that is in the Gatorade Cup Series back in Season 10. He got his first victory in many seasons there, trying to break a winless streak in the Target Series dating back to the Charlotte Roval last season. 3 laps down, Wells led all of them from pole position. Hernandez trying to get there, and Fitzwater has a fast race car over the back of the 21. He's showing it, peeking his nose out, trying to get the position, but can't, and follows him down the backstretch.
Yeah, it looks here about the top 5 or so of single files. Fitzwater actually ducks below the 21 there. If Hernandez is going to get there, he is not going to get there. just doesn't have not a big of enough run there, so he's going to settle back there in third place as Code Red there went a little wide and allowed the 99 of DJ Reed to get below him.
And you saw that run that Code Red got on the outside, made him keep that fourth position, cleared the 99. Now he's going to look for a crossover to the inside of the 59 Fitzwater for third. Can't get close enough to make that move work, and actually falls back into the clutches of Reed now. Landon Lyons moved by Bronson Mig for sixth position. Behind them a little bit three wide. Sierra middle lane. Down low Michael Gregory. Up top Riley Spurley. The 9's going to try and clear that. How about Mason Basker? Started outside the front row. He's now back outside the top 10. Struggling early on for that 19.
Yeah, definitely not the start he wanted to get, but hopefully here he'll maybe be able to get to the inside there, make a little bit of a move on the backstretch, and then, you know, it's very easy to lose positions here, but at the same time, you get in the right lane there, you can very easily make those positions right back up.
Landon Lyons was pushing DJ Reed towards the 29 Code Red, looking for fourth. Up for second position. Fitzwater pulls Owen Hernandez again. The 21 trying to keep it. 59 trying to get to the inside, and We'll see if the run off the high side for the 21 works, and it's gonna. He's going to get a nice run to clear for second position again, but Wells, meanwhile, pulls away because of that battling back behind for second, and now that battling brings DJ Reed up to fourth, and looking for third, has help from Brett Sierra on the outside, Code Red and Landon Lyons. Michael Gregory Riley'sburg trying to filter through on the inside as well.
Yeah, Michael Gregory there below the 29 of Code Red. He's going to look below the 48 now of Brett Sierra as well, with the following the 99 there, DJ Reed. They go to the middle. Brett gets the little bit of the run on the top side there. He's going to clear the 60 as well. He starts to peak below the 99 as well.
First side-by-side out for position. Code Red, Riley Spurley for seventh. Spurley on the inside, Red on the outside. Spurley will take it. Bronson Mick also follows through in the 42. Red starting to fade back on the outside of 1 and 2. Jeff Brett, the 5, trying to get low on Landon Lyons and Mason Baskers. And 92 trying to split to the middle of the 29, the 5. And it looks like he couldn't complete that. Red will get down line to try and keep his positions. Michael Gregory high and wide. That allows Riley Spurley to get by for another position. So the 9 starting to march forward here. As for third, DJ Reed looking low on Zachary Fitzwater Sr. for that third position. But the 59 will slam it shut maybe. No, the 99 peeks his nose there and he'll get third position.
Fitzwater definitely wanted to try to shut the door on him, but he just didn't quite time it right, which was a good thing he backed out of that, because he could have been turned and went down below the apron there and come right back up into the track. So good move on Fitzwater's part, but then also good move on DJ Reed's part, because he got a position out of that and he's right up there with the top 3 or top 2.
And a great run for Brett Sierra on corner exit. Flies to the inside Fitzwater for fourth position, but without the draft, can't get to the inside of that 59. He'll keep fifth for now. Fitzwater up to fourth. Michael Gregory looks for fifth now, and Brett Sierra as they race side by side down this backstretch. The 60 with the inside lane, the 48 with the outside. We'll see if Sierra can get the run the outside to keep that top 5 position. Looks like he won't even have to get that run. He's going to clear easily in turns 3 and 4. Up at the front, Reed trying to pressure Hernandez as the 21 still rides behind the 16 of Wells. It's been all Mathis Wells so far today. 10 laps into it, he's done all 10 from pole position.
Yeah, very strong showing there by Mathis Wells. Even Hernandez there in second place. I don't think anyone's passed him for second here yet this race. So those top 2 guys there seem to have the strongest cars so far here at the beginning of this run.
And side by side behind, Fitzwater gets revenge on DJ Reed, gets by and brings Brett Sierra with him. Sierra now to fourth, Michael Gregory to fifth, Reed all the way back to sixth on the outside, maybe even seventh as Minnick comes to the inside. So that 99 struggling on the outside of turns 3 and 4, and it's shown he lost many positions. For second, Fitzwater's a run on Hernandez, and the first pressure Anthony has had all day long, and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. by to second. Now can he run down the 60 in Mathis Wells? Maybe the 21 wasn't as strong as some of these guys around him, and maybe now if we get some new faces up to second and third, they can try and run Wells down and make a pass for the race lead.
Yeah, I don't think Hernandez there got the best of the runs off the turn 4 there coming onto the front stretch, and then Fitzwater had the draft there to help him as well, so he was able to duck to the inside there as Hernandez is going to do it back to Fitzwater here going into turns 1 and 2. Is he going to get there? Not quite, as Fitzy actually stays up a little bit. They're getting really closer, 3 wide for second. Brett's hitting the apron there in the corner, but Brett's going to back out of that. Hernandez is going to get to the bottom there. He's going to try to pass Fitzy.
And that's allowing Wells to pull away this 3 and 2 wide battling back behind the 16 Lovin. He's looking in his mirror and saying goodbye to the rest of the field. Hernandez back up to second as Brett Sierra and Fitzwater now battle for third. Fitzy on the outside is going to run, but can he clear the 48? Looks like he will and get down and look for a crossover back onto the 21. Hernandez protects that bottom lane and blocks it off. The 59 got a little tight in the dirty air and had to lift a little as DJ Reed now back up inside the top 5. Minnick now for 6th. Further back, Alex Fletcher, middle of 3, as to the inside goes the 2 of Colin Teague, the 29 covered up top. Jay Jefferson poking his nose into the battle, and the 1, he gets over the back of the 2 and almost spins him out. So some intense battling just outside the top 10.
Yeah, that was a very close call there with the 2 and the 1 of Jay Jefferson there. It was just able to get behind him there. If it was probably an inch closer in there, he definitely would have turned the 2 into the outside wall, but good thing that didn't happen here. They were able to continue battling on as the 42 here is going to get the run off the top side going onto the back stretch. You don't see that too often here, but he was able to make it work, and he's able to pass the 29 Code Red.
And Powell for second again. Fitzwater's not letting Hernandez keep that second position, and that time he got a great run through 3 and 4 and actually gained on the 16, even though he was side by side with the car to his outside. So impressive for Fitzwater to make the inside work that well in turns 3 and 4 with a car to his outside. He'll grab second away easily through turns 1 and 2. Actually has a shot into Wells here off turn 2 and down the backstretch as Sierra looks on Hernandez for third. This battle for the lead tightening up. Wells has it, but Fitzwater trying to steal it. We're coming to halfway this time by in the Bass Pro Shops 300.
Yeah, Fitzwater definitely seems like his car's come to life here in the middle half of this run. He's definitely making moves, getting runs as the 21 is going to go below Fitzwater again here, coming off onto the front stretch. I'm not sure he's going to get there. Fitzwater's going to shut the door. Brett Sears going to try to get to the outside of the 21 at the same time, but everyone stays single file here. They can keep their positions as the 21 ducks below the 59 again.
Yeah, that battle for second is just raging on. No one able to get away from each other except for the 60 of Wells. He's able to pull away. Fitzwater's going to get a nice run here on the rotation on the top side of turns 3 and 4, but gave it up a little bit on exit there. He had a good run through the middle, but couldn't get the exit down. And right there, Hernandez going to stay to his inside, possibly with a shot to battle into turn 1. Fitzwater will clear. He'll go a little wide, though, through 1 and 2. The 21 kind of falls him off the racetrack. First battle for position is fourth. Reed and Sierra are side by side. They have Code Red, Fletcher, and others starting to come into it. Just outside of the top 10, Alex Turner. There's Evan Hunter. Home racetrack for him. Has the helmet cam for today. Let's go on board with him and see what he's seeing as he has a whole pack of cars in front of him.
You're able to see the run he gets off the top side there, catches right up to the back of the 1 with Jay Jefferson there. Not going to be able to make a move here as they go into 1 and 2 as more cars pass him below the 05 to 77 of Fletcher Jr. As you can see, the top side on turns 1 and 2 doesn't work as well as 3 and 4, but that's only going to set him up for the top side in 3 and 4 as he stays up there with cars continuing to pass him below.
And from this angle, you can see how important that spotter is for these drivers. You can't see to the inside. You can't really see except for the mirror. Right there, you couldn't see the 05 was down there until he was passing. Excuse me, that was the 11 of Keyshawn Richardson. You couldn't see he was down there until he was finally basically clear of him. So you need to have that spotter to make sure you know where cars are, like to the outside. You can't see the 1 is up there. You don't know if you're clear or not. So this angle shows that spotter very, very important when making these passes as Hunter tries to get up inside the top 10 for the first time here today, pushing Tommy Fletcher Jr. forward, trying to get up by those drivers on the outside. Up at the front of the field, it is still the same 4. Wells, Fitzwater, Hernandez, and Sierra, and then fifth on back have kind of faded a little bit. That battle for a second is still heating up as back here, Minnick and Code Red not being able to get away from each other with 12 to go. Minnick inside right and gets by. That's for the 7th position. That's going to bring Colin Teague, Tommy Fletcher Jr., and others also up here. Evan Hunter, Keyshawn Richardson coming forward as well. Riley Sprudge dropped back to 9 along with Michael Gregory. They're up inside the top 10, top 5 now. They're back outside the top 15.
Yeah, I would probably say, as you see, the 21 is down below the 59 there. Maybe the Fitzwater got a little bit of a run, but I'm not sure it's going to work out too well here going into 1 and 2 as the bottom line is the better line on this end of the racetrack. As it shows here, he gets a little bit of a run. It might be he is able to clear the 59 of Fitzwater there, so top 3 stays the same as it has been the majority of the race here.
Yeah, it's been all Wells, Hernandez, and Fitzwater. As Fitzy goes way up the racetrack, trying to use up against that safer barrier, trying to get some runs here. He's trying awkward lines, and why not? You know, you haven't been able to pass that 16 yet. You haven't been able to get away from the 21. Try something different here with 10 to go because time is running out. And Wells right now is at every single lap from pole position. He's not had a moment of this race where he hasn't been the leader of this race. So how are you going to get by that 16 in these final 10 laps if you haven't been able to do it the first 22 laps of this race?
Yeah, it definitely seems a little bit of a struggle there to get past that 16 of Mathis Wells, but you know, as second place, the more they battle, go side by side, it's just going to allow the 16 to get farther away, and you're going to have to do even more work to try to catch back up to the back of him. So it's going to be, it's kind of hard to tell. I would say might have to work with that dude in front of you there a little bit just to get up to the back of him and possibly make a move where the both of you can get to the inside of him if you're going into 1 and 2, or even the both of you get to the outside of him if you're going into 3 and 4 there.
Evan Hunter's gotten his way up inside the top 10 as these two start to battle. Fletcher and Tommy Fletcher Jr. down the front stretch. The 41 last time pulled up in front of the 77, then the 77 got a crossover. As now they've actually caught the front four. Hernandez has caught Wells as well. But you can see these two are still battling with DJ Reed. Now this is for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. These four drivers under a blanket as the front four try to get away again. Hernandez trying anything he can to get to the 16 right there. It gets within a car length or so and then just can't get any closer. That 16 very, very strong, and it's showing here today as maybe a battle for 4th, maybe a battle for 2nd. Sierra Fletcher for 4th. For 2nd, Fitzwater Hernandez. Who else would it be for that position?
Yeah, these two have definitely wanted to get that second spot so badly, but neither of them will let them get away with it as the 77 there gets below the 48, but the 48 is going to have the draft to help him there on the outside. He's going to be able to close the door there on Fletcher as the 59 gets really closer to the 21 of Hernandez. He was not able to make a move, an awkward spot to catch him there as the 48 Brett Sear dives below the 59 of Fitzwater, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to get it. No, he doesn't as Fitzwater shuts the door on him.
6 laps to go this time by Mathis Wells, Hernandez, Fitzwater. Sierra, Fletcher Jr., Evan Hunter, the front 6 have gotten away. Fletcher again looked on Sierra but couldn't do anything with it. Hunter will get back in line by the 77 for 2nd. Fitzwater's there, maybe give a bump to the 21 to the outside, goes the 21 to the inside, the 59. Fitzwater through to 2nd for 3rd. Sierra now and Hernandez. We'll see if that 21 can clear that 48 and then get back up to that 59 like they have been all race long. Coming around to 5 to go this time by. 4 cars under a blanket for 3rd. Look at the run on the outside for the 21. Run on the inside on corner exit for the 48. They'll be side by side down this front straightaway. Sierra inside, Hernandez outside. And Fitzwater trying to reel in Mathis Wells any way he can. 5 to go at Vermont. Yellow flag would end it.
Yeah, as Brett Sear is going to be on the preferred lane on the turns 1 and 2, he's going to be able to possibly clear, not quite. The 21 fights back with a decent sized run on the outside here. We'll be able to see if he's going to be able to stay on the outside going into 3 and 4. As he's not, he's going to almost get contact with the 48 there, but to see if he gets the run here on the front stretch to pass him.
And he will clear for that 3rd position. So now these two battle for 2nd again with now 4 to go. Battle for 4th, Evan Hunter to the outside of Brett Sear, looking to make something happen to get further inside the front 5. That run's not going to work, and it's going to bring Tommy Fletcher Jr. to his inside. And while they're battling for 5th and 6th, here comes Alex Fletcher to make it a 7-car race at the front. 8th on back is in a battle like Reed, Minnick, Alex Turner, Keyshawn Richardson. How about John Smith? I haven't talked about him all day long. Danny Lloyd start at the back of the field. He's coming forward. 89, Roman Fenway up inside the top 20, Jennifer Beefer and others starting to come forward when it counts here at Vermont, starting to make it happen with under now 5 to go, make it 3 to go at the start-finish line, and they're still bound for 2nd. And Mathis Wells, I think this is his race to lose unless something happens to that 16.
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest lead we've seen Mathis Wells have so far this race, and the 21 and the 59 battling side by side is only going to let that lead grow bigger and bigger. As you can see, the 21 kind of backed up the corner there, allowed the 59 to catch back up to him, but that's only going to allow the 21 to hopefully get a run here, as you can see him slowly going farther away from the 59 is Fitzwater.
And 2 laps to go here at Vermont. Battle for 4th. Tommy Fletcher Jr. will get by Brett Sear, and they're still bound for 2nd. Mathis Wells looking in his mirror and hoping that all 4 tires stay on the race car and that the engine doesn't blow up, because it's going to be his race to win as long as none of that stuff happens. They're still bound for 2nd. It's a 3-car race for that position. Fletcher Jr. outside Fitzwater comes to the white flag. This will be a 3-car race for 2nd as well as pulls away with the race lead.
Fitzwater tries to get below him, but the outside line is just too powerful in 3 and 4. Even the draft there is helping a little bit with that, as the 77 is going to dive below the 21 there, trying to make up last spots here. He's going to be able to clear him. Yes, he does, going onto the backstretch. We're going to have to see what the 21 of Hernandez is going to be able to do.
How about Tommy Fletcher Jr. of nowhere up to 2nd on the last lap, the highest he's been all race long, but at the front, absolute domination for Mathis Wells. He'll lead every single lap en route to victory lane. Checker flag is up. Mathis Wells will win the Bass Pro Shops 300 at Vermont. Fletcher Jr. will get 2nd. It will be Fitzwater Hernandez for 3rd. There's the checkered flag, and Fitzwater will beat the 21 as the field scatters across the start-finish line. A dominant day for Mathis Wells in the 16 as he gets it done here at Vermont. Tommy Fletcher Jr. have nowhere to get 2nd, and the 2 guys that battled for 2nd all day long, Fitzwater and Hernandez. Fitzwater gets 3rd, Hernandez 4th, and Evan Hunter, his home track, he'll get 5th out of the day. What an impressive showing, though, for Mathis Wells at the front.
Yeah, he had a very strong car, was able to pull away even when 2nd and 3rd place caught right back up. He didn't let that phase him at all, and even pulled away from then. So, you know, as you said, he's led every single lap this race. Definitely had that car tuned in here for today, and was definitely deserved that win.
Yeah, great win for Mathis Wells. Let's go see the finish results and the point standings after our 6th race of the Target Series season. Here's how they finished in the Bass Pro Shops 300 at the Vermont International Speedway. No caution flags here today, and only one driver saw the race lead, and that was Mathis Wells from pole position. He led every single foot of this race, every single mile of this race. He was out in front, 32 laps led. Tommy Fletcher Jr. ends up in second out of nowhere. He passed Fitzwater and Hernandez late. Fitzwater gets third, Hernandez fourth, and fifth place to Evan Hunter. Brett Serra, last season's champion, gets sixth place. Alex Fletcher seventh, Minnick in eighth, Turner ninth, and John Smith rounds out the top 10. Jay Jefferson gets 11th. How about the two drivers start on the last row? Danny Lloyd from 42nd to 12th. Keyshawn Richardson from 41st to 13th. Great showing for those drivers. Fenway and Jennifer Buford round out the top 15. They have Michael Gregory, Dinkins, Reed, Red, and Teague rounding out the top 20. Looking down here, Lyons, Tall, DeLello, Spurley, Tube, and Luke Rainey round out the top 25. Kukulon, Trey Rainey, Nanico, Jeff Bright, and Adam McDowell. They have Justin Zidell, Jake Richardson, Anderson, Mills. There's Jake Galloway down 35th, so day did not go to plan for the 20 driver, that's for sure. Maybe at the beginning of the race when he saw that four wide in front, had to kind of back off to make sure if a crash did happen, he didn't get wrecked in it. Maybe lost some momentum, lost some spots they never could recover with. Eli Bright, Taylor Bryan Price, Dupain, Shones, Baskers, Olson, and Yo round out the finishing results. Let's now go see the point standings after Vermont.
After race number 6 here at Vermont, your new points leader is the 59 of Zachary Fitzwater Sr. In second is the 42 of Bronson Minnick. Your third is the 16 Mathis Wells with his win here at Vermont. Jumped them up there to third place. Your old points leader, the 22 of Levi Shones, has dropped down to fourth. The top 5 in points is rounded out by the 77 of Tommy Fletcher Jr. 6th is the 24 of Zachary DeLello. 7th is the 47 of Madison Toll. 8th is the 88 of Luke Rainey. 9 is the 2 of Colin Teague. And rounding out the top 10 in points is the 25 of Eric Olson. 11th, your 64 of Evan Hunter. 12th is the 29 of Code Red. 13th is the 11 of Keyshawn Richardson. 14th is the 05 of Alex Turner. 15th in points is the 17 of Jake Richardson. 16th is the 1 of Jay Jefferson. 17th is the 18 of Jennifer Buford. And 18th is the 14 of Casey Nanico. 19th in points is the 21 of Anthony Hernandez. And the top 20 in points is the 33 of Sebastian Dupain.
And very interesting for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. He's leading the points, but hasn't led a lap so far this season. Code Red is right now 12th in points, up there towards a wild card spot, up there towards the top 10 points. Hasn't scored a top 10 yet this season, so he's been consistency from 11th to 15th that's gotten him up there in that position in points. You see last season's champion now up to 21st. Other notables, Michael Gregory currently 25th. Spurley Tube is right now 28th with his victory. DJ Reed 23rd with his win. Adam McDowell down in 37th. Jake Galloway 33rd. Eli Bright in 30th. And you look down at the bottom, Trey Rainey down 39th. Danny Lloyd 41st and Jeff Bright in 42nd. Those are some big names that we expect to see at the top of the points. And right now they are 3 of the bottom 4 in the point standings. It has not been a great start to the season. They're going to have to hope for a lot to go their ways down. As we're getting into the season, 6-7 races in. That's where you kind of know that people will fall where they lie now in points. Like, you won't be able to gain a chunk of spots every race now in points. You might gain 5 spots, but you're not going to gain 10 or 15. So you're going to have to do extremely well to get in now if your driver's down here below the top 35 or below the top 30 even. So race number 7 of the Target Series season, we're going to head out to Boston for the White Castle 300. I will see you guys then.